Hi, darlings, it's Liz. I feel like we haven't done a get ready with me together in the longest time. So let's do that today. Let us enjoy a nice bit of coffee. This is not a latte, it's a cappuccino, but let's do some latte makeup, or what my interpretation of latte makeup is. So I'm sure that you guys have been seeing this trend everywhere because, you know, everybody seems to be doing it, but back in my day, my age is showing. It's really funny to me to watch all of these like kind of trends to come back around. So because the eye makeup is very simple, it's really understated. And this whole makeup trend is characterized, the latte makeup trend is characterized by like, I interpret it as like kind of dewy skin, heavy bronzing, a neutral bronzy like eyeshadow look, and a brownish natural lip. So that is what we're gonna do. So my face is moisturized. So let's go ahead and let's start with color correcting and concealer today. So my under eyes, it doesn't look like too bad, but if you look down, you can definitely see the old bags are looking a little purple. So lately I've been using this e.l.f. color corrector. Now this is the one that's in the shade Peach. I think let's see, is it Peach? Yeah, Peach. And it's very understated. It's not a lot to cover up for me, but it does help with a little bit of the purple that I've been having. And I did already moisturize under my eyes, and I moisturized my face, of course, but am I putting sunscreen on today? No. Do as I say, not as I do. It's one of those things. But it just kind of helps neutralize. It's not the most pigmented under eye one, but if you look, it took a little edge off of it. I don't like to cake stuff on. It's too humid here where It's too humid here where I live. I'm not trying to do that. So, okay. So I'm going to go into my NYX Blur because that's the foundation I've been using the most lately. But before I put that on, I'm going to go ahead and conceal, and I don't want to underpaint too much because honestly, I don't know how to do that well. But what I want to do is I want to conceal, and I want my concealer not to be too brightening, but I'm afraid all of my concealers right now are a little light on me. So this one is medium, like firstly, how can you call that medium neutral? That is like, maybe like amongst like the fair folk, but I would not call that medium neutral to anyone else. This is e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and this one is the matte finish one. I don't love these, but I already have it in my collection, so I might as well give it some use. So I'm just gonna use this kind of like, it's not a cat's paw brush, but just gonna use this kind of thing to do. So I think this whole trend of like latte makeup, it's really fun for me to watch like all of these trends come back around. I'm just gonna brush a little bit of that on my lid actually, just to clear off my brush a little bit and lighten my lids, because my lids are naturally pigmented, which is both a gift and a curse. So for this though, I think it's gonna be just fine. But I'm gonna put my foundation on next, but I wanna put, because this foundation is kind of like, it says blurring tint foundation. I don't think it's like too blurring, and I don't think that it's like, I think it is a good medium foundation, but it's not the most like brightening, it's not the most like illuminating, and I kind of want that like lit from within glow. So we're gonna experiment a little bit. So I don't use my liquid highlighters that much. It's one of those products that doesn't have like a big use in my life, but I have this one by Iconic London, and I kind of just want to take a single drop. And this is gonna sound probably a little horrifying to some of you out there, but I just want to take like a single drop of it, okay? Like a drop, a smear, okay? Oh my God, I don't know how well this is gonna work. We're gonna hope for the best, because I did not try this ahead of time. So I'm just gonna take that, and I'm just gonna put it on those areas of my face that I kind of want to be like the lit from within like areas. Wait, I could probably have used half this amount, honestly. And I'm just gonna rub it in. Oh my God. Pray to the makeup gods that things will work out. I'm just a little bit, because I want that like lit from within glow. And I think if I underpaint a little bit of highlighter, I think it's gonna work out okay. We are praying to the makeup gods right now. Where else does it go? See, look, on the forehead, that doesn't look bad. I think under makeup, that's going to look really nice, but we'll see. I'm putting it on the cheek, and then do I want that on the chin? I don't think I need to do that. So, all right, we're going to go in with our foundation. So I have all of these like miscellaneous type products in my collection that I don't really get a lot of use out of. So I'm trying to find more interesting ways of incorporating them into my makeup routine without causing like total disruption, because we like change, but we don't like that much change, okay? So I'm just taking some of my NYX Blur. I just put like a dollop. This is probably going to be too much, and I've been using this foundation for a while. I'm about halfway through the container, which for me is actually really good. I don't go through a lot of foundation. I have been giving my skin a break, and I haven't really been wearing it much. So, but too much on my hand, but that's okay. I'm gonna start by blending this into my neck and my chicken cutlet down there. See, look, it's into my neck. It's a good match. And then work it into the skin, and we'll see how that comes out. See, I think underneath foundation it's gonna be okay. And we are gonna work this into the skin, so fret not, okay? If you find this, like how I'm putting my foundation on, a little horrifying, it's gonna be okay. But I think that as we go through and we do like work this in, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm not going all the way up under my eyes, but a little bit. I just want that concealer for coverage. I don't need it for like hella brightening, you know? Okay. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put the concealer on the top of the other eye. Let me grab that brush. I just was wiping the excess off of my... I'm going to have to put like the tiniest dollop more. That's so funny. I don't normally put concealer on my eyes, so I'm like, this is kind of a weird step for me, but... Here we go. All right. Close enough. I don't want to put too much on. All right. So let's keep working that foundation into the skin. It really does just have like, it's so funny to me because in camera, like on the camera, when I'm close, it looks really strange, but in person, it actually looks really nice. Okay, so I'm going to try, I have this damp Real Techniques, it's like a flat sponge applicator, and I'm actually going to take that and I'm going to press the foundation into my skin because see, the foundation already looks pretty good, but like I have a little bit of excess here. And I read, so look, you can see a little bit of that sheen underneath, but it's not bad. I think that worked out okay, actually. All right. And I do have a lip oil on already just because my lips were feeling pretty dry and I didn't really want to, want them to be like too bad when I put lipstick on. I am gonna plan, I think, to put a matte lipstick on. And I think that's just because I'm really looking for an excuse to use my NARS lip pencils. So, okay. I think that looks okay. Yeah, we're doing all right. The light is changing. I have a lot of cloud cover overhead. So if you notice, like the light looks a little off, like from moment to moment, that's why. Because I like to do my makeup in front of a window. Just so that, and it's so funny. It looks so different, but like back here, see, it's like cohesive. But up here... It's the orange phenomena from Raw Beauty Christy. She's like, why am I orange? Okay. So I think that's good. We're going to go ahead and go into our cream bronzer. I like to use two different bronzers when I do my makeup because I'm like that crazy person. So I like to use a cream bronzer and I like to use a powder bronzer. But I think that's perfect for this trend because we're going for like that cafe au lait you know, makeup aesthetic. So I'm just dipping into my, you see how much use I've got out of this? I'm just going to go in. We got a bronzy bronze. Now I like to be bronzed to the gods anyway. That's just kind of how I live my best makeup life. You do whatever you like. But in this trend, I think that it works out because it's definitely like that, bronzy goodness look right there. And this is a cream product. I am 37 and I have pretty combo skin. It's kind of dry here. I get oily in the T-zone. And then I have like, right now it's very combo. Seasonally though, it's pretty normal. Like especially during the winter time. I don't get that dry during winter. But I also live in a humid environment. So, all right. So I think that's really cute. I am going to take just a tiny bit of this cream bronzer. And I'm going to just put like the tiniest amount. Like the little tiniest amount. I'm just going to contour my nose with that. Listen, I'm not looking for, you know, miracles. I like my nose just fine. I don't feel the need to reshape my nose entirely, but just a little bit of something is kind of nice once in a while. So, and I'm just gonna rub that in because it is a cream product, but I don't like to overdo it. Now I feel like I have too much foundation right there, but that's okay. There we go. But yeah, just a little bit there. Just a little bit of nose contour. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to redo my face. I like my face. Okay. It's so weird. I keep looking at my makeup and I'm like, why does my makeup look so weird at this stage? And it's because I almost always do my eyeshadow first and then do my base. And I'm looking at my base and I'm going, why does your base look so strange? Well, I don't have any eye stuff on yet. Okay. So I have this Laura Mercier. Where are you at? It's a stick. It's one of those like eyeshadow sticks. And it's in this light color called Ginger. And I think that peachiness would be really nice with just a little bit of bronzer on the eyes. So that's what we're going to do. So I am going to add blush to this, but I kind of want all the products on my face right now to like melt in because it's going to be a powder blush. So I'm going to put this as a base on my eye. I am going to try to do this into the camera. So I almost never use this kind of a product. Like these sticks, they almost always go to waste in my collection. And that's why I don't buy them. Now I got these in like Ipsy or, you know, one of those type things. Because I feel like they always send you these type of products. They're lightweight and they're easy to package, but I want to try to find a new use for this. So if I can use this as an eye base when I'm trying to do, sorry, I had like fluff in my eyelashes. If I can use this as a light eyeshadow base when I'm trying to do kind of a neutrally look, then I think that'll be a good use for it. Is that even? A little bit more, I think. Do you use eyeshadow sticks? My best friend really likes using them. But it's not a product that I generally gravitate towards, so I don't know. What do you think? Okay, so I think that is like just kind of a nice little base. It's drying down almost to a powder so far, which is nice because I'm not planning to use a bunch of stuff like on my eyes, which feels very strange because y'all know I will colorful up the hell out of my face. So okay, what are we going to do next? Let's go into powder bronzer and let's go ahead. I'm going to sweep that all over my crease and just above my crease to kind of give me that bronzy good look. Oh, there it is. I was looking for my bronzer. Okay, so I'm going to take this I'm going to take this BK Beauty brush right here. This is what is it called? The 201. And it's very nice and fluffy, but I'm just going to go into this bronzer shade. This is from the Ofra Midi, the Midi palette, the Midi Face palette. I don't know. It's a powder bronzer, and it just so happens to be the powder bronzer that I'm planning to use on my face. So I think this will tie everything together nicely. I don't think there was anything on my lid, which works out. You know what I mean? Like on the brush, I mean. So... and I'm just going to go over the lid with this. I just think it's a really nice bronzy shade. And this works for my skin tone beautifully. So, yeah. All right. What do you think? I think that looks okay. I should probably do my brows. But I'll probably do that off camera when I do my mascara. Just because, you know, does anybody really like watching people do their brows? I know that I just am not good at doing brows. I literally take the smallest amount of, I'm just blending that up here. And when I do my brows, I take like the smallest amount of like pencil brush or like powder eyeshadow. And I just go in and I add some because I grow hair. It is both a gift and a curse. I'm like the Spider-Man of hair growing. And which sounds really weird if you put it in, I guess, that context. But yeah, I think that's cute. We like this. Okay. It's pretty well even, I think, which is cool. Okay, so let's take this same exact bronzer, okay? Do I want to add any more of it to my eyes? Nay, I say. Should I use a fluffier? Let's try using a fluffier brush. I'm experimenting, okay? Because this is my favorite brush for bronzer ever. This is by Alamar Cosmetics, and it's got this weird shape, you can see, but that weird shape fits beautifully into my cheek there. And I love it, and I use it for powder and blush, but I kind of want, or powder and regular cream bronzer, but I don't want to use that today. I kind of want something a little fluffier. So let's go into this big powder brush. This one is like a Sephora brush. Hold on. Make sure there's no cat hair on it. She's been an invasive species lately. Okay, I'm just going to go into that, and let's see how this does with bronzer. I don't like... kind of want like a diffused look. I don't want it to be too much. Actually, who the hell am I kidding? I love a bronzy moment. I don't want to look washed out or muddy. And so I think this will be good just for like that light. We are looking cafe au lait, motherfuckers. You know, it's like a good makeup day when you're like, oh, feeling myself. And I wasn't planning on putting even foundation on today, but I was like, you know what? I've wanted to do this video. Let me just do it. So I think this looks really cute. Okay. I think a little bit, just a little bit more up here would be good because it's kind of hard for me to tell because it's not as concentrated, and we'll just put a little up there. Okay. I think we're good. Ears look okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like. So let's go ahead and let's use that same Midi palette because it's very much like a trio. So it's like highlighter and bronzer, and then like a glowy bronzer here. Oh my gosh, the light is changing so much. There's like rain clouds there, and then it's like full on bright right here. And I'm gonna go into this highlighter, and I'm just gonna tap a little bit of this highlighter on my lid here. Now I like a little bit of glowy, and this is not like super reflective. This highlighter that's in this palette, this one is called Rodeo Drive, and I just don't think that this is on the eyelids. It doesn't like explode with pigment, if that makes sense. At least not mine. Now this shade is like one of their most famous shades because it's a really beautiful shade on the lid, like on the face, but for this kind of a look, not so much. I think it's good. It doesn't like pop too much, but it's like a nice little, you know, zhuzh. All right, let me grab a brush. Let's do this one. Something like this, like a tapered, fluffy brush. I'm gonna grab the same Rodeo Drive, and I'm just gonna tap off a whole bunch of that because I don't need a lot. And then just gonna go on the cheek here. Hold on, there we go. Just a little glow. I do like the glow. I don't think it needs to be offensive all the time, and I don't mean offensive as in Karen level, but I do think that just having a nice little glow is nice sometimes. There we go. Okay, so let me do should I set my under eye? Honestly, this is setting down nicely, and I kind of want that dewy finish without it being like too crazy, and I think this is looking fine. So we're not going to set the under eyes because I don't want it to be too matte. But let me go ahead and do let me do my blush, and then we will do the rest of the complexion. Like we'll do the rest of the eyes. I know I'm kind of all over the place today, but you know, it's kind of what we're feeling. Okay, so I have my Melt Cosmetic. This is a Monarca face palette, and I kind of want to just go into something a little more subtle and a little bit more deep. And I think I'm going to mix this shade and this shade and tap it on the back of my hand. Now this is Feliz, which has a little bit of glow to it. And I'm just gonna mix it with Conmigo. And I'm just tappa. And I'm literally gonna tap off the extra and tap it on the back of my hand first. Because I don't feel like I need a lot of blush today. Just a little bit to kind of bring a little life into the skin. That's really pretty. I love blush. I really do love blush. I never used to use blush. And then Maria Gloria, I watched her for a long time. I don't watch as much of her stuff because I'm not as into blogs or like that kind of thing, or vlogs, you know. But I learned a lot from her makeup wise. Okay, we don't want it to be too bright. It's just a little bit of color. And that actually took the highlighter down just kind of to the point where I wanted it to. So let me do my mascara. Let me put maybe some eyeliner on, and I will be right back, and then we will finish up with the lips. All right, darlings, so I am back. So I ended up just adding a little bit of powder to my brows just to kind of fill them in. So I used this one from my own Hela palette. That's the shade Decay, because I'm trying to pan it. And listen, we're almost there. Trying. I did do a winged eyeliner, and we prayed to the eyeliner gods that things would be even, and they're not bad. They're not bad. They're not like perfect, but you know, it's close enough. Now, when I put the winged liner on, I was like, ooh, we need to darken up that outer corner just a smidge. And I used that same shade Decay just to kind of add a little bit of depth to my outer corner, but yeah. Now, I do want my inner corner just to be a little bit lighter. Listen, if we're going to go latte, then we need to represent the foam, right? So I'm just going to take, this is a Makeup Geek eyeliner, and this is the shade Nude. And I'm literally just going to take this eyeliner and just use a little bit in my inner corner to brighten things up. Just because I feel like it's a little bit too dark in my inner corner. I'm not used to seeing my eyes that way. So, you know, I just want to lighten things up just a little bit. And this is a good use. I almost never use these kind of shades. But I thought this would be a good, precise way to get that lightness. So I think for lip color today, originally I think I was going to do Dance Fever by NARS. I was looking for the pencil. But honestly, I think this Unearthly one would be a good fit. This is a shade Kaylena. And I used this the other day. It's a satin, and I really liked it. It's not completely transfer proof, but I liked it. I thought it was cute. So we could do that, or we could do this shade here. It's called Sobe. I don't know. What do you think? I think this might actually be a better fit, but I want to wear this one. So let's just do it. So I don't know if you've ever seen these before. I don't have a lot. This is the only Unearthly lip product that I have, but there's a snow globe, and the ADD kid in me is very pleased about that. So what do you think? Okay, we are neutral queen today. This is what we're doing. We're doing the latte makeup. So this is Kaylena. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, it's a little warm, I think, for this look. I think it's okay. All right. A moment of silence to the lipstick gods that things are even. All right, it's not too bad. Okay. What do we think about that? Let me fix the lip because I know it's not perfect, but these are all my lips. Boop. It's kind of weird doing this into the camera too. So if I'm not looking directly at the camera, that's why. Because I'm trying to not look at a mirror and do it. But I don't know. What do we think? So I think this, you know, honestly, I think I want my eyes to be just a little bit warmer. So I think I'm going to go into the shade Conmigo with that same BK brush. And dare I say, hopefully not ruin everything by just adding a little bit of warmth. Like this one right there, that one. And Conmigo. So let's see. Because I don't want my eyeshadow look to be too cool. So maybe if I add a little bit of warmth, Yeah, I think that's okay. We'll do that. Just a little bit, you know? I had such a good blend. But you know, this is what happens. Okay, but because my lip is a little bit warmer, I just wanted a little bit of warmth in there. But anyway, this is going to be my take on the Latte makeup. So are you a neutral queen? Will you tell me in the comments below? And I love your faces. Thanks for being here. And if you like my video, if you like hanging out, then please subscribe, because we just chill and play with makeup. So anyway, I love your faces. Thanks for being here and having a coffee with me or whatever beverage. I don't care. Even if you're drinking air. I love your face, and I will see it next time. Bye.